Hey guys, welcome back to the Stoops Man. Now, this is a little bit different. It's not an airsoft video that I know a lot of my subscribers, which is still growing somehow, which is awesome. This will not be an airsoft video. This is just showing you guys what I've been doing this summer. I have a Pangolin props page, which is where I do all my art projects. Some of you guys have seen me build these throughout the years on other YouTube channels if you've been following me for quite a while. But this summer I really got into it, and I've really been able to take this seriously and get some nice pieces out of it. So this is my current piece, which has gotten a lot of noise lately, thanks to the world's tallest Spartans. But you guys probably came here for this. So this is the Halo Reach Concept DMR. Now it's a concept DMR because this was not the rifle in the game. The rifle in the game actually had a bullpup design. It looked a lot different than what this is. But when I was looking back through the idea of possibly making a Halo Reach concept full kit, I came across this design of the DMR in their archives. And I fell in love with it. I mean, just the look of it is very reminiscent of a battle rifle, a little bit like a DMR, but I thought it was a good mix in between, and it's just very pretty to my eyes. This is mainly made out of MDF board. We have a little bit of Bondo here. There's going to be a lot more Bondo being put into this to smooth out these curves, fill in any gaps that I created while cutting this, also making this smoother and more ergonomic. A lot of PVC as well. The whole barrel and gas release is wooden dowels. The flash hider is PVC, which still needs some work. I mean, this whole thing needs work. The bolt is PVC, this white piece right here, that is PVC, and inside of it is another wooden dowel. And then I also, just to finish off the bolt, make it look clean, I just added another MDF piece right below. This whole cheek pad is PVC pipe, which is actually very comfortable. The design behind this rifle is phenomenal. For it being a concept, there was a lot of thought put into this. Having it in hand now, after airsofting for quite a while, it's very comfortable. It's the correct size, because I actually scaled it around the pistol grip. Now, usually you don't want to do that because it would mess up the whole design. For most video games, the pistol grip is kind of like an afterthought, or at least I've come to find while making props. So what you'd want to do instead, this is just my sort of tip, is if you're going to be designing the whole gun, scale it to the size, like the whole piece, by how long you want it or how long it is in relation to the game character, to yourself. Now if you do that, the pistol grip will either be very large or very tiny, and then you adjust that to yourself to make it work in the real world. But for this, I wanted to do a very accurate representation of the concept and just scaled it right off of the grip so it fit in my hand perfectly, and the rest of the rifle went with it, and it's turned out to be a very, very good size. Now also the placement of a lot of this makes sense. When I was first building this, I thought that the bolt was in a very odd position because essentially the build ends here, but once I added on the cheek pad, it makes a little bit more sense because the bolt actually cycles right back into the cheek pad, and that's why you have your charging handle right here. I haven't put in an actual bolt to rack back yet, and it won't rack back, that'll just be for looks. But it makes sense. I mean, if you were to pull this back, the bolt would fit right back into this area. It's just a very smart build for it being a concept of all things. So just thought I'd give you guys a look at this, a little bit of a more in-depth look at the DMR concept rifle. Now you guys have seen this with the butt plate on. Now this isn't actually put together yet, it's just held on by friction. I just squeeze it in down here at the bottom, and now we have the butt plate in place. So now you have that whole thing. But I took it off so I can show you how to shoulder it. It's very comfortable. I mean, even when I'm going to put an optic on here, the way that they've designed it as well is your eye is going to line up with that perfectly. So I wanted to show you guys this, but to also show you airsoft fans of mine, other pieces that I've built. You can check out my Pangolin props page, but the only other piece I have with me is a Warhammer 40K bolt pistol. Now this was actually the first piece I made this summer and kind of kick-started me wanting to really get into prop making and actually getting some nice machines. So the mag does come out, although it's a little bit stiff because the paint, I kind of didn't really think ahead and I painted it and stuck it right in. But the mag does come out, and there we go. It's a little bit scuffed up when it's in there because it's a very tight fit. There's nothing in the mag, it's empty, but you can take it out, put it back in. There we go. So this was built the very same way as this rifle was, but yeah, I mean, I think I built it a little bit small because Space Marines are very, very large. Someone's gonna call me out on this. I think they're 8 feet tall. Not entirely sure. So that's what this is. And then once I built that, my friend Kiana, she commissioned me to make a Ramona hammer from Scott Pilgrim, and then I started working on this rifle, and then I finished another piece I just kind of made for Kiana as a surprise, which was a Tank Girl revolver, and you guys can also check that out on the page. And now I'm working on actually waiting to assemble the DC-17 Star Wars Republic Commando rifle. So this was commissioned by a friend of mine. So here is essentially all the pieces that I've cut out. This is the build that all these pieces are going to make up for both sides. There's a lot more pieces that need to be cut, a lot more details need to be put in here. But this is what about 4 hours of work gives me, just to give you guys an idea of what I can do. So just thought I'd give you guys a better look. If you guys want other videos, I'd be happy to do that. I love making videos. I usually put them up overnight anyway, so it doesn't really cost me much time. And definitely these ones, since I don't have to add the comments, you airsoft fans know what I'm talking about. I can get them up pretty quickly. So if you want like a history of how I started, because I have a lot of pieces up here, and just all of them, I can talk about these. I can talk about OSHA when I went there for high school with visual arts and all my friends there. Kind of talk about how I got started, even though I'm still learning a ton about this. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. I mean, I love hearing from you guys. I love the community that I've built here on the Airsoft channel. I hope I can have the same thing on the Pangolin Props channel, or page, I'm sorry. Because it's just great to have that community talking back and forth. I love hearing your feedback. I love helping you guys out. I mean, a lot of you airsofters are like, hey, how did you do this with your gun, or how did you make this kit, or where did you get these things, and I'm happy to help out. I mean, there's a ton of other props pages that I can recommend to you guys, because they just do phenomenal work that is not entirely what I do. So if it's helmets or armor, impact props, that's my go-to. I love their work. But yeah, for me, it's just making handheld things. So anyways, I hope that you guys like what you see. I'll be sure to continue work on the DMR concept rifle once I do finish the DC-17 rifle, because that needs to be finished in time for Dragon Con. So I need to get that done by the 25th of August, which is coming up fairly soon, at least in my book, because time goes by way too fast for me. So anyways, there you go. Again, let me know what you think. Give me anything you have to say, criticism, anything good, preferably. But I just love talking to you guys. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.